Are you feeling the heaviness in our world today? I mean, I'm doing a good job not trying to pay attention to all the crazy mayhem going on, but you can't not see it. Yesterday, saw on a video a police agent was driving and rammed their car into another vehicle. And they all got out like a SWAT team, surrounded the car, and pulled out a woman who looked a little bit like me by her feet, screaming, and put her down. Literally, they did arrest her. And everybody on looking was like, "You can't do that. Why are you doing that?" And everybody's just screaming with their phones, recording this entire situation. That's crazy. And that's the heaviness that we're feeling in our world today. And you cannot not see it. Like you have to see this. And so I'm coming to you because I want to give you something that you can rely upon to keep yourself, to keep yourself believing and knowing that it is still well in your soul. Because looking at everything today, it's hard to know that. That's the reason why I'm called the authentic power strategist. I'm a former civil rights attorney, former corporate executive. I've spent the better part of my adult life learning how to keep myself because I was basically born in chaos and on the front lines, dealing with adversity, dealing with challenges. And I have a simple tool that you need to implement in order for you to keep yourself. And I want to share this story with you. And I want you to practice this with me because you have to do this in order for you to be able to get through these tough times. As of the recording of this video, it's October of 2025. Let's get into it. Let's talk. Let's help one another keep ourselves. As a person who is always trying to advocate, do social justice work, and see people for who they are, but also help my fellow neighbor. That has been a strategy. It's been something I have felt I've been called to do my whole life. But what I realized was the very fire that burned inside of me was the very fire that I was going to die under because I was so wrapped up in situations, getting to people and helping them that I could not know how to then go home and have a heart that was still, to know how to be a mom, be a wife, be just a human being, learning how to be in a world that was seemed like it was chaotic, yet understanding how to feel love, feel joy, and feel excitement, and to know how to do that and work a full-time job. So I started on a journey to learn about myself. And it was me going to the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. And this is after having worked in corporate America for several years, realizing I hate this, I don't like this, but then trying to figure out like how am I going to live? Like what am I going to do? So I went to the school Institute of Integrative Nutrition and I started to learn about how I can take control of me because I was spending all my time trying to take control of everyone else. And to the people that I know I talk to all the time, these are my corporate women. These are women who have chosen to keep your head down, get all the degrees that you can get, be ultra, ultra successful, and go out there, be an outlier, but then you're exhausted and burnt out. I'm talking to you because we're a lot alike. I know you because I am you. And going to the Institute of Integrative Nutrition was my white flag. I'm waving a white flag. I can't do this anymore. And the person who was in charge of the school, his name is Joshua Rosenthal. He said, I want every single day, all of us to practice this very simple tool that you have to do every single day and promise me that you will do this every single day of your life. And of course, I'm all in because I am the type of person like, tell me what I got to do because that's why I'm here. This is what I signed up for. And so he said, this is a very simple thing and I want you to do it. And here it goes. Every day we come in here, the first thing that I want you to say is, or tell me what is new what's good, and what are you grateful for? No matter what, no matter what circumstance you're in, is I want you to share what's new, what's good, and what are you grateful for. And don't start off with what your problems are. Don't start off with what went wrong or why things don't always seem to go your way. Start off with what's new, what's good, and what are you grateful for. That very thing shifted my entire life. That was 2005. As of today, it's November 2025. Not only have I made that my practice, it's been something that I have taught to every organization that I have consulted for, to every person that has been within my coaching programs. This is how we start everything. So today, I want to give this gift to you because it has been a gift to me to constantly decide to put on the lens of new, good, grateful. Before I go into breaking it down, I want to share what it's done for me. What it's done for me is it made me realize that there is always something that is good in my life. I can always go outside of my bedroom or even into my bathroom and see something new if I choose to. And I have learned the art of gratitude in a way that it has become my strategy for long term vitality. And so it has shifted me to go, but do I have to see it this way or can I see it this way? And choosing a life that's filled with excitement as opposed to disappointment. Now, here's what it's not doing. I realize that a lot of us say, but Diana, don't you know, like all this stuff is going on? How you can act like, oh, what's new, what's good, what's grateful? It's kind of like when you are in a plane and you're going down. What's the first thing to tell you to do? Put your mask on first. Like the unwise thing to do is to just go help a whole bunch of people, but you can't help that eighth, ninth, 10th person because you dead, right? You're dead because you didn't put your mask on. So I want you to view this new, good, grateful like that mask. We're in the middle of chaos. We got people showing up at people's doors, just illegally going into their homes and taking out people and doing harmful things to them. We have things that are happening in our world. We don't even know it's real. Is this artificial intelligence? Is it not? Is this part robot or part human? That's what we're eventually going to say. And so we have things going on in other parts of our country. People are losing their own rights to speech, to assemble, all the things that we thought were traditionally rock solid. People are losing their jobs. What do? We start off our lives with what we can control. We work on our own central nervous system to be able to know that it is well with my soul. It may not be well with everything going on right now, and what I want you to say is this is going on. Either your health is not good, the world is not good, my relationships may not be positive, my work situation may be bleak, my bank account may not reflect what it is that I want it is, what it is that you want it to be. But what I want you to say in that circumstance, this is where it's at. And I choose not to ruminate on the situation. What I first want to do is I want to understand the newness that is in my life. Because that is what it is. Because getting yourself to be in the present moment disallows you to control what is happening in the future and to ruminate on the past. Being new, good, grateful allows you to be in the moment, right? And the gratitude allows you to feel in the moment. So we're going to break this down. What's new? You hear people say, what's new? Well, when you're in situations like work meetings and you have your boss say, hey, what's new in your life? anything new happening. And a lot of times when I used to do my trainings, people would be like, I don't have anything new. I don't know. Well, the one thing is you always have to seek things that are new. And I like to say it's like flowers because you can always find yourself weed, but you can always find yourself weed, but you have to look for the flowers. So in the morning time, what I spent my time doing, looking for what's new, right? And sometimes I just say what's new is like, oh my gosh, I can really stretch my leg today because I've had some issues with my piriformis and it doesn't feel painful, right? That's new, right? I look at my kids, I look at the way that the wind blows, I look at the trees, I look at the flowers, I look in nature, I look at myself and I see my face, I see my thoughts. All of those things are things that you can count as new because I believe God makes all things new. Every single day, you can wake up and you can find something new in your life. And it's a beautiful thing to witness. So, that is the first thing that I would love for you to think about. What's new? The second thing is what's good. What's good in your life? Because when you actually count the goodness that is happening in your life, it is really easy to see how good it truly is. It's so good that I actually have a telephone, or excuse me, a phone, a telephone. I went back a little bit. It's so good that I have this type of work that I'm doing. It's so good that I feel healthy today, right? It's so good that my kids have a job. It's so good that my husband is doing well with his work. It's good. And it is good. This food is good. This team that I'm on is good. All of the things that are good in your life, write it down. I have this house. It's good, right? It's so good that I have a heart that beats that I don't even have to tell it to beat. It's so good that I have blood that flows through my body. It's so good to have good sleep. So if you sit down and think about it, you could write forever and ever amen on what's good in your life. So that is another thing that I want you to do in times like these is to sit down and write out at least 10 things that are good in your life. Now, the third thing that we like to talk about is what are you grateful for? It's really, really good to count the gratitude in your life for several reasons. The New Good Grateful methodology is also something that's going to help you produce oxytocin, which is the feel good hormone. It's going to make you feel good. When you document your gratitude, you actually have experiences that you do recall in your mind, and they do bring up and flood your system with that feel good hormone. And so it's really, really good to recount the gratitude that you have in your life. I'm so grateful that I actually went through pneumonia. And this is something that we talk about a lot is being grateful for circumstances that we thought that were terrible have turned into good. I am grateful for going through pneumonia now. Why? Because it has taught me to value breath. It's taught me to value my health. It taught me to value so many things. I'm so grateful that my husband and I were able to work through some of the difficulties that we were able to work through because when we were going through the circumstance, we didn't see that we would actually see eye to eye. But because of the time that we spent investing in one another and coming through the situation, we have a deeper sense of gratitude for one another. And so, spending time sharing your gratitude, you can talk about the gratitude that's good in your life, okay, the gratitude that's new in your life, and the gratitude that was difficult in your life. It all comes back to the very simple principle of finding things that you can do for yourself that give you a feeling of control in you. If there's one thing that you should strive for is to strive for peace. And usually, peace, you can't buy that, right? And you certainly can't win it because usually a lot of people say, well, in order for us to have peace, we got to go to war. I say go to war with yourself. Fight the battle inside of your thoughts first. Find the peace and the harmony inside of you. And that comes from new, good, grateful. You have to do this. So, what do you think? Do you think this could be something that you could practice? Do you think you could practice this not only for yourself, but practice it for your team, for your family, in your community when you have community events? And hopefully, a lot of you are in your communities right now, coming together as a group to commune, to talk about this kind of stuff. And then talk about strategies that you can find ways to be better, especially in this time period. This is a critical sounding the alarm activity. New, good, grateful. Implement into your life. I would love to hear from you about what you think and how it's helping you and who you've been sharing it with. So, this is what we talk about here in the as an authentic power strategist. This is authenticity 101. But we want to find ways for you to come in. We want you to learn more about our community. First, you can just get onto our newsletter that we do every single week. We send out a newsletter every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We also have a coaching style newsletter that you can read and learn, and you can have that come to your inbox every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And every Friday, we meet as a group to talk about it. It creates community and connection and allows us to soar in ways that we would never be able to do on our own. So that's our Rise 53 Inner Circle. We also have our Academy, which is our flagship program. And this is only for high level, VP level corporate women. This is 12 weeks, allows us to take a deep, immersive dive into you and finding ways for you to be able to elevate and strengthen your health, work on your branding, work on your wealth, and find ways that you can connect in your community. We have the path to power, purpose, and connection that allows you to become an influence, not only in your family, but in your community and in your work. Who wouldn't want this program? It's the best program. That's our 12-week Rise Advocates Academy. It's by application only. So we want you to be able to get your application in and we can service you there as well. There's so many ways for you to get involved, but the number one thing that I want to tell you to do is do this simple work. You might think it's simple. You might think it's crazy. It's critical. So please join us in these efforts. Do your new, good, grateful, and we'll see you in the next video.